excited for this video today. I've been asked about this on my story like so many times. Everyone wants to know what my maruk recipe is. And guys, I'm usually very humble. I'm not the best, I'm not gonna say I'm the best chef or cook out there. But when it comes to maruk, I promise you my maruk is so good. So I'm gonna go through how I do it on this video. All the ingredients and the measurements will be in the description down below. And let's get to it. For this recipe, you need 4 cups of self-rising flour. You need 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon, of Mahlab, half a teaspoon of Anise, and 1 sachet of, they usually come in sachets, so 1 of those of yeast. And then moving on to sugar, you need 1.5 cups, Arabic coffee cups, something similar to this, of sugar. And then you need 1.5 cups of milk, half an Arabic coffee cup of vegetable oil. And then you just need a sprinkle of Sumsum and a sprinkle of Habet Barakeh. This amount, you don't have to follow this amount. Obviously, you'll see by the end is completely up to you, and this is just for an added taste. If you don't like them, you don't need to put them. And then 2 tablespoons of butter. And you also need a filling of your choice. For this recipe, I'm going to use chocolate, but you can do cheese, za'atar, whatever you want to fill this in with. So guys, the first step is to put the flour in a large mixing bowl. Like this. And now I'm gonna put all the dry ingredients with the flour and the sugar as well. Now let's mix. Now let's get the 2 tablespoons of butter to add it to the mix. And now let's mix it all together. Now guys, that the mixture is mixed, all the dry ingredients, we are gonna start adding the wet ingredients, which is basically our milk. For the milk, warm it, okay? Don't boil it. It needs to be warm milk, okay? Not cold and not boiling, in the middle, so warm. So warm the milk, and then we need to add it into this mixture. This one. We need to add it into this mixture bit by bit, okay? So let's do that. While I was doing this, I went ahead and heated the milk, or warmed it. Okay, so I've heated it actually in my Nespresso frother, but I put it without, heated it without the foam, and didn't let it go all the way. So anyways, so let's add the milk, a bit of milk, and let's start mixing. It's gonna get a bit harder now, which is completely normal. Let's add some more. Now we're going to use our hands to mix. Once this is all added, mixed, we're gonna get the vegetable oil, and add it bit by bit. And now it will start to come together. As you can see, it stopped sticking to my hand as much. Now let's add the rest. now like it's almost not sticking anymore, so like you just need to battle through it and it will be good. And now what we're gonna do is give it some time to rest for at least an hour. If you have time, 2 hours. Guys, let's check and see if this has rose. 2 hours later, and yay, it's bigger. So now we are gonna get to the next stage. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this in half. Cut it in half. Doesn't need to be exactly, but roughly. Like this. And basically 1/2 is gonna be the top part of the maruk and the other half is going to be the bottom part. So let's just take this out and keep it on the side, and we are going to use this part now. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we are gonna put a bit of flour on the surface that you're going to be working on. Spread it out, and now we are gonna just spread this out. And then we're gonna get this tool over here and start spreading it out so that it briefly looks like a circle. All right, and this is done. Don't worry if it doesn't really look like a circle, it will all come together in a second. So what you're gonna get now is any baking tray, preferably it's round. I actually forgot my round ones at my mother-in-law's house, so I'm gonna use this, but it should do anyways. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna transfer this onto here, okay? I'm melting the chocolate in hot water, just putting this inside. As you know, this is the only way to melt any sort of chocolate like Nutella or whatever. So guys, until the chocolate melts, what we're gonna do is gonna use the other half of the maruk, sorry, not of the maruk, of the dough, and do the exact same thing of making it into a circle. So let's do that now. And that looks about right in terms of size. So all we need to do now is add the chocolate onto the first layer that we made. So this is the first layer that we made initially, and we're gonna put the chocolate here now. Okay guys, so the chocolate has melted and my helper Kamal is gonna put the chocolate for me. So basically what you're gonna do is gonna put it in the center, and then with a spoon just spread it out. Just 1 second, Kamal. The most important thing is just don't get it very close to the edges, all right? So now what we're gonna do is gonna take this and put it on top of this, all right? Bismillah. This is a hard part, guys, because sometimes what happens is this part gets ripped or whatever, so I'm gonna try to bring this to the center. And put it on top like this, and now we can fix it. like this. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna press the sides together, so part and the top part. So we're just gonna press them like this with our fingers, like so. Just make sure all around it is pretty much one. Any extra dough that you feel like is just gonna make the thing thicker, you can just cut it out. I'll show you what I mean by that. So I've just combined them like this, just press them. And I feel like this side, for example, has way too much dough. So I'm just removing that extra, that excess. I'm just removing it. Like this. So I think here as well we had some extras, which we are going to remove. Okay, so once that is done, what we're gonna do is gonna put the top layer on the bottom like this, and go all around. Okay. Just go all around the tray, like so, until, as you can see, the circle kind of formed itself. And you have a nice circle. Next, we're gonna just crack one egg and put 1 tablespoon of milk. And now we're just gonna whisk that together. And then we're just gonna pour a bit of it on here. Ooh. And just wipe the excess on the sides. You don't want like extra. Guys, and then finally we're gonna get the Sumsum and spray it all over. And then Habet Barakeh and spray as well. And this is what I mean by, like, it's up to you and how you prefer it in terms of how much Sumsum and Habet Barakeh you want. Guys, so this is all ready to go into the oven. Put it in the oven for 30 to 45 minutes, depending on your oven and how it is. Each oven is different, I know. So my oven usually takes around 30 to 35 minutes, but it could go up to 45 minutes on 180 degrees Celsius. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys when this is done.